Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to just a basic Zarya guide. Just teaching you the basics, what to do with Zarya, how you can help your team win the game. So, I'm just going to start off by saying that Zarya, I think she's one of the, if she's not the best, she's one of the best tanks in all of Overwatch. But she can't really. If you don't have a Reinhardt on your team, then you're probably gonna want to switch to Reinhardt and not play Zarya, because Reinhardt can do a much better job of just defending his team and letting his team, do as much damage as possible while not getting attacked. Now, I'm not saying that Zarya can't do a good job of, defending their team, but she only does single target shields, so you can't defend your whole team at once, but her shields are also very good at defending a single target. So if you combo her up with a Reinhardt, then your team is probably going to have a great chance of staying alive. And if your Reinhardt's taking damage, then you can just shield him. And so Reinhardt and Zarya are, of course, a great combo. Zarya is a tank hero in Overwatch, but she's also seen as a tank DPS hybrid by a lot of the competitive community and just the casual community, since the barriers that she gives to her teammates blocks the damage that their teammates take, but that also gives her more energy, which is the number you see on the screen, like under my reticle. More energy, and that energy lets her put out more damage. So basically, she gives barriers to her teammates, which are basically like shields. Some people see them as more health that she gives to her teammates. And when her teammates take that damage, that gives her a bigger energy. Zarya's weapon is called a particle cannon, and that cannon has two types of shots that it can fire. The primary fire is a beam that does 75 to 150 damage per second, depending on how much energy you have. That beam has a range of 15 meters and cannot headshot. Now this beam, most people, you'll be walking towards them and they'll be thinking, no, that beam, that's a short beam. That can't hit me from that far away. But it actually has a lot bigger range than you think. So, if somebody's far away, you could probably hit him with it. Now, the secondary fire of the particle cannon launches a grenade that explodes when it hits a surface or an enemy. That grenade does 46 to 95 damage depending on how much energy you have. It has a blast radius of 2 meters and it takes 25 ammo to do. Now, I would not, if you have a choice of, if somebody's really close to you, and if you have a choice of using the primary fire or the secondary fire, I would use the primary fire, because that does, as I told you, it does more damage. And that's one of the things I see a lot. People use their secondary fire when they're close to people with Zarya, when you should be using the primary fire. And honestly, I do it sometimes, but you're just wasting damage right there when you could be doing about, I'd say 50 more damage. And in Overwatch, that could cause you to die if somebody's doing a lot of damage to you. If somebody's doing a lot of damage to you. But a trick you can do with the cannon is using the primary fire, the beam, until you get to about 1 ammo or anywhere close to that. Maybe you do it at 10 ammo, and then once you get that low, you can fire a grenade, and that will do more damage than the beam would. So I mean, you can just use it to finish off somebody, but it really does. If you do that a lot, it'll get you a lot more damage done, and it'll probably get you a lot more kills. I mean, I use it sometimes, but I kind of don't pay attention to my ammo a lot. But if you're a better Overwatch player than me, then you'll probably pay attention to a lot of stuff, and you can use that to your advantage. Alright, so Zarya's particle barrier is basically a shield that she projects on herself, and that protects her from incoming attacks. The shield has 200 health, lasts for 2 seconds, and has a cooldown of 10 seconds. So basically, you're going to want to use this shield when you know you're about to get into danger, or if you want to get out of danger. But usually what I do is I project a shield on myself. I go and do damage for about 2 seconds, and then I get out of there. And maybe I'll just, while I'm like backing up, trying to get back to my team, I'll lob grenades at them. if they're far away enough, but if they're close, I'll just use the beam. And yeah, that usually lets me stay stay alive for a while, and lets my energy stay up, and I do a lot of damage to Zarya. Zarya's projector barrier is something that you should always be using basically whenever you're in a fight. It has a health of 200, a duration of 2 seconds, and a cooldown of 8 seconds. So it cools down faster than the one that you use on yourself. So you should be using it a lot on your teammates. You can project this barrier on teammates within 30 meters of you. Usually when I use this a lot, and especially when there's a Genji on my team, because Genjis tend to get into really bad situations because they like to, just run in there and think they're invincible. So I help them not die. And if you watch the gameplay right there, I used my ultimate and I projected a barrier on that Genji while he was using his sword. And so yeah, basically, if your teammates, you can see them, they're taking damage. You should always use this so your team has a better chance of surviving. Zarya's ultimate is called Graviton Surge, and it's basically a black hole that draws in enemies within 8 meters of it. That lasts for 4 seconds, and it does 22 damage to anyone in it. Zarya's ultimate is something that she should not use by herself. She should always, coordinate with another teammate. I'm pretty sure I coordinate with our Genji on our team, because whenever I use my Graviton Surge, he came in with his Dragon Blade and we just completely destroyed the other team. I think I got a 3k early in the match if you're watching the gameplay. So Genji and Zarya are a good combo for this. You can use Roadhog, you can use Junkrat, basically anyone that does a lot of damage. You can use Reaper. Reaper's really good for it. I've done that a lot of times with Zarya. I play Zarya a lot, so basically don't use Graviton Surge by yourself unless you absolutely need to. If you're like at 100 energy and you're by yourself, maybe in the whole team, you might want to get away from that to stay alive. You can use it to just run away, but I wouldn't recommend that. You can do it sometimes, I guess, if you're really low. So Zarya counters Winston, Genji, Mei, Lucio, Zenyatta, Soldier 76, D.Va, Symmetra, and McCree. She counters Winston just because she out DPSs him, with her beam. Winston's gun, I don't know what his gun's called, but it does less damage than him. She counters Genji because she does AoE with her grenade area of effect, and Genji can't, bounce out of an AoE grenade. She counters Mei because her shield can just soak up all that ice, the freezy stuff, and then she'll just do damage to her while she's trying to freeze her. She counters Lucio because of the AoE. Counters Zenyatta because she can take off Zenyatta's Orb of Discord and then just lob grenades at him. She counters Soldier 76 because she can soak up all of his guns, all of his shots, and then just not reflect it, but do damage back on him. Counters D.Va because she can just shoot right through her, whatever her shield's called, Matrix. Yeah, the Matrix. She counters Symmetra because everybody counters Symmetra, come on. And then she counters McCree because she can just soak up his flashbang and then do damage to him. So Zarya is weak against Pharah, Widowmaker, Bastion, and Mercy. She's weak against Pharah because you can't really hit Pharah once she's up in the air. She's weak against Widow because Widow should be too far away for Zarya to hit her. She's weak against Bastion because Bastion can just shred her shields and then do damage to her. She's weak against Mercy because Mercy can just resurrect all the people that you just killed with your Graviton Surge, but she's not really weak against Mercy in combat. She's just weak against her in ult-wise. Zarya is neutral with all other heroes. I'd like to end off here by saying thank you for watching the whole video, first of all, but it'd be really cool if you guys could like and subscribe, because I did actually put a lot of work into this video. But also, I'm not a professional Zarya, I'm just like a casual, so please don't If I missed anything, if I said anything wrong, please don't, like, hate on me.